Hey, everyone, and welcome back. You know how much we love to really dig deep into a topic here, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, get ready because today we're diving headfirst into something truly fascinating and a little bit freaky, sleep deprivation.
Ooh, that's a good one.
It is.
Yeah.
We're going to explore what happens when we push our bodies way past their limits
Hmm.
and deprive them of something that they desperately need.
Yeah.
So the big question our sources are tackling is a pretty wild one.
Right.
What if you skipped sleep entirely?
It's such a good question because it makes you really think about how important sleep is.
Right.
Like, we always compare it to
Like food and water.
basic needs, right? Like
Yeah.
food and water, and for good reason.
Yeah.
Because during sleep, your brain is busy doing so much. It's consolidating memories. Your cells are repairing themselves.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And your immune system is getting this, like, much needed boost. It's like a nightly tune-up for your whole system.
I love that. A tune-up.
Yeah.
But it does make you think, like, what happens if you skip that crucial appointment with the mechanic?
Right.
Which we're about to find out.
Yes,
And believe me, it's more than just feeling a bit groggy.
definitely.
And so we're working with excerpts from a video script
Okay.
that really digs deep into the effects of sleep deprivation.
Ooh.
So picture this. You've pulled an all-nighter.
Uh,
You're at that 24-hour mark.
yeah.
And let's be honest, you probably feel a little rough around the edges.
A little bit. Yeah.
But the research shows that missing even just one night of sleep puts you in a state cognitively similar to being legally intoxicated.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah, it is.
So your reaction times are going to slow down.
Definitely.
Your ability to focus takes a nosedive.
Yeah.
And you might even find yourself making decisions you wouldn't normally make.
Oh, for sure.
Think back to a time when you were sleep deprived.
Yeah.
You might have noticed these effects yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Now let's push it even further.
Oh.
We're talking 2 to 3 days without sleep. This is where things start to get a little strange.
I can imagine.
The video script even mentions hallucinations and paranoia starting to creep in.
Oh, no.
So you're not just clumsy and foggy-headed anymore.
Right.
Now you're starting to see things that aren't even there.
Well, and that's because the brain is trying to, like, conserve energy, right?
Right.
So it starts to shut down what it considers non-essential functions.
Wow.
So things like rational thinking
Mhm.
and sensory perception kind of get put on hold
Yeah.
while your body is focusing on just keeping you alive.
So basically your brain is saying, look, I'm doing my best here
Exactly.
with the very limited resources I've got.
Right.
But don't blame me if reality gets a little bit distorted.
Exactly. That's a really good way to put it.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's a stark reminder that sleep isn't just about feeling rested.
Yeah.
It's about just maintaining basic brain function.
Exactly.
And it gets even more serious,
Mm.
the longer you go without sleep. After 3 days, you're not just dealing with a wonky brain. Your immune system starts to weaken,
That's right.
so that's going to leave you more vulnerable to infections.
Yeah.
And get this, your risk of heart problems actually increases.
And that's because you're not getting that hormone regulation.
Really?
Yeah. So chronic sleep deprivation messes with your hormones.
Oh, wow.
And that can impact everything, your blood sugar,
Yeah.
your stress response. And over time, that's going to lead to a whole bunch of health problems.
Oh.
Increased risk of heart disease, diabetes, and even some types of cancer.
Okay, so we've established that going days without sleep is a terrible idea.
Yeah, very bad.
But what about the extreme end of the spectrum?
Okay.
You've probably heard of Randy Gardner, right?
I have, yeah.
The high school student who stayed awake for 11 days straight.
That's incredible.
I mean, talk about pushing your body to the absolute limit.
It really is.
So that Randy Gardner experiment, which took place way back in 1964,
Wow.
was a landmark study in sleep research.
Yeah.
But it's important to note that this kind of experiment
Right.
would never be ethically approved today
No, not at all.
because we know way too much about the dangers of prolonged sleep deprivation
Exactly.
to put someone through that again.
Yeah, we've come a long way in our understanding of sleep.
Right.
And we know that even consistently missing out on just a few hours of sleep each night,
Oh, yeah.
what we call chronic sleep deprivation,
Yeah.
it can have huge consequences for your health and well-being.
So what does this all mean for you listening right now?
That's a good question.
It's a reminder that sleep is not a luxury.
Right.
It's an essential part of a healthy lifestyle. We often push ourselves to the limit in our busy lives.
True.
But we really need to remember that getting enough sleep is crucial for our brains and our bodies to function properly.
Absolutely. I love thinking of it as that tune-up that we talked about before.
Yeah.
So it's time to start scheduling it in
Yeah.
and treating it with as much importance as we do other essential appointments.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine a world where we valued sleep as much as we do exercise or a healthy diet.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
How would that change our approach to our well-being?
That's a great question.
It is.
That's something for all of us to think about. Well, on that note,
Yeah.
it's time to wrap up this deep dive. Until next time, sleep well.
Sleep well, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.